All still getting there. I can see one, two, the Jeep one coming around as well. She's put it down, but pick it up.
Hi everyone, John McLeod from Macbet. Just running a little bit late here today. We're getting this video out a couple of hours late, but that's okay. Going over how we played last Saturday or the whole weekend. Pretty much a very up and down weekend, but we've got away with something going. Friday night, we had a good day. I think we finished up tipping out of the 18 races that we did. I think there might have been 13 winners on top, so that was a really good day. Then we come into Saturday and it wasn't so good. And then Sunday we won something at Toowoomba, and I'm not so sure how we went at Shartin on Sunday yet. I haven't had a look at the results to see how we went. So I think it was a good start, and it might have bled away at the finish sort of thing. So. But anyway, back on to Saturday. This is our main meeting. I've done my money here. I think the track played off fence. The 1 and 2 lanes I don't think were the best place to be. It seemed like that they were coming down the middle of the track. I pretty much treated this track like a big track, more or less like an Eagle Farm type of track, not a normal Doomben track when the on-pace horses were winning. This first race, I pretty much backed both horses, Kanunga and Gin and Bitters. We were unlucky not to get the cash here. I think Gin and Bitters sat 3 wide the trip on a hot pace. You can see the pace was about 3.8 lengths faster than average early, and they got home just below par. So it was a pretty good race, and Gin and Bitters fought on quite well. He just never had any luck from the gate, Huxtable. I thought he'd get over to second, and he just had to work around New Alliance, and New Alliance kicked up on the inside of him and held him out. So that was a problem. But first on the scene was Kanunga, but High Fiver was the horse that chased him down and got him down. So we finished over 1,000 on both of them, so that was a bad result for that one. Bad start today. Second race, another one, Sir Barnabas loomed to win, and he just didn't go on with it the last little bit. The real fit horse La Puga, who was coming back in distance, was able to grind him out, so he held him out. Sectionals, very fast early, and they didn't get to the line real fast, so I really thought Sir Barnabas would have got him down, but he didn't. The last little bit was a problem. I threw something on Sir Barnabas and Barefoot. You can see my bets there. Then we come into the third race. This was disappointing. Sectionals were real good. They went above par for the first bit and got home above par. So they didn't break any sectionals at all. Oriental Runner, I don't know what to think about it. Was it a second up? Was it the inside part of the track? But he just seemed to be niggling at him the whole time. And they weren't going breakneck speed, so he should have been able to hold a position a lot easier than he did, and he just kept on just pushing and shoving, and just wouldn't pick the bit up. So just a disappointing. I just don't know what to think about the horse going forward, whether I forgive the run and go back to what he did first up, because he went probably around about 4 lengths below what he did first up. So don't know where to go. Right or wrong, no good that horse. I couldn't have it having that long a spell second up. I know one of the blokes from the Q&A program on Saturday morning was giving it a hope, and I thought it was a $30 shot. That's what I thought it was, and I hope he didn't listen. I hope he joined in and backed it and didn't take my advice and say no, I didn't like it, but I didn't like it, and I know I threw something on Oriental Runner, just a little bit on Perfect Dame. So we're not going so hot here so far. I was doing about 3,500 after 3 races, so it wasn't good. This race, I tumbled into Got a Kiss and September Run. I thought these 2 horses were the right horses. As it turned out, September Run raced sat a lot closer than I thought. I can see my map. I had him back here. He finished up leading, which made a huge difference to him. If you know that, you could have really been on him pretty strongly, but I was on the other way. I think Got a Kiss again. He got up on the inside, or she got up on the inside. Just was balked a little bit, and that fence being a little bit off, that might have been the reason why she didn't dart through. But sort of half forgiving that run. That one, I think we finished up, we won 1,500 in the race, so we got something back. Head to head, oh yeah, we bet against one here. We bet against Minji. We're back to Smart and Sexy in the head to head. Next race, this one, Girl. I didn't know what to think about Girl because I had it out here in the map, so I didn't know where she'd go or what she did. I thought if she went forward, she could have been caught wide. If she goes back, I didn't think there was a lot of speed in the race. And even though we had it shorter than the market, I just had in my mind whether she's going to be caught wide. And it was just a big win. You can see the sectionals, they went out a length and a half fast, and they got home 2.7 lengths fast, and she's come from back in the field. So, you know, it's a big effort to do what she did. I can't believe she run over them. I finished up throwing something on Celestial Falls just because I thought it'd be in the right position, looming, and you know it might pinch a break on Girl, and it did. But Girl was just too good for it. So that was that race. The next one, you can see Black Bookers. There was a couple of Black Bookers coming into these races. Always on show. I thought it went really good back in race 4. It was held up down the straight and it was hitting the line pretty good. So that's a horse to follow. Another horse was Girl. You just got to follow her out of that race. She went really good. This race, they went out a little bit slow and got home a little bit fast. So it's pretty much spot on what you'd think. We backed Bandicoot, we had something on Panino, and we had something on Hold the Line. These 3 horses all forgive their runs. Hold the Line had no run in the straight, no luck. Uzmanov sat a little bit wide, and so did Mishani Hustler. Now, that could be, offset by the way the track was playing, so it's a little bit of a query on these 2 horses, but they were wide and working. But Hold the Line's flying, this horse. It's really turned the corner this preparation, so keep an eye on that horse. That's all we did in that race, so we're bleeding again. This next race we didn't play too much, just had a few little bets. As far as the sectionals go, they went out a little bit fast and they got home pretty slow. The best run of the race was probably Allwood. Sat wide and kept on kicking, but again, just because Allwood went so good, we did throw something on it because we had it under the odds, but he only got beaten probably a length and a half, 2 lengths, I think, and for him to be working 3 wide and do that, there must have been something wrong with the track on the inside. So that's a real pinpointer to how I'm sort of thinking that the fence was no good. Pretty poor horses at Rayford. I don't think they're much good, these horses. Race 8, what did we do here? We just fiddled around on a few of them. I didn't know what to do with Dawn Passage. The prices were about the same as what I had it. Subpoenaed went good. The sectionals were poor in this race. We got out, they went out about average and they got home fairly slow. So I was sort of disappointed with the run with this whole field and the run. I'm just doing a video here, Dale. And going forward, I know Dawn Passage is going to the Stradbroke and dropping all the weight, but without doing the ratings and all that sort of stuff so far, and the advantage that he's going to get with all that weight drop, this race was a little bit of a concern because of those sectionals. That's my first thought anyway. Subpoenaed went good. He got back in the field. He needs an equal farm, big track, and he'll power home, that horse. So he's one to think about for the future. Then we go back to race 9. This is an interesting race. I didn't like Shelway. You can see my price at $24. It was well backed, but I had the speed fairly good. 7 speed, and the speed was, they went 2.5 lengths slow and got home 2.5 lengths fast. So for the class, they've gone about what you'd think, but the leaders have had every chance to hold off these back markers, and a lot of these horses just couldn't win. All these horses back in the field, they just had no hope. So it's a race to sort of half forgive horses. Fiesta had no luck in the straight, you can forgive it. Multijar was disappointing. We threw something on it, but it got clear, but it did run on the worst part of the track on the inside again, so do you half forgive it? Jen Rules did what you'd think she would do, ran on okay. River Race was back on the fence, getting no luck. We threw something on it. It's another one on the fence that just, you just don't know what to think about the horse. And Chalwa was in the right horse in the right position. I don't think she would ever win this type of race again, even though the market came for her, so they were right and I was wrong. But geez, they have got it handed on a platter to it, that's for sure. That's about all from me. So you can see the Black Bookers. Fiesta's a Forgive run. Nothing in that race. Nothing in that race. Couple of Forgive horses there because of how they've gone. Then a girl went great, and this horse went pretty good for a horse in this type of class. It made ground. I think it was a set weight race, this one, so it'll be able to get into a lot better race and be well weighted next time. All right, that's all from me. We've got a pretty big week again this week, and hopefully we can just keep chipping away and win something. All right, thank you. Cheers.